And welcome to today's Success Life Live. My name is Reid. And I say this each and every time that I'm your coach. And I hope you understand when I say that is I'm a coach, and that during this period together here during Success Life Live, I hope to add value to you, to guide you towards your success in the life that you want, whether that changes in the personal or the professional. And so let me be your coach for the next 10 or 15 minutes, and if you want a relationship after that, we'll figure it out. So good morning, Ale, and good morning, Dr. Edward Reid. Good to have you guys in the house. I'm going to talk about expectations versus results and wants. So it's going to be kind of fun. Step on in. Good morning, Miss Liz. Hope you're watching the sunrise on whatever side of the island that happens. I love your sunsets, by the way, so you know that. Good morning, and remember, tomorrow is Fun Friend Friday with my friend. It gets harder and harder to do Fun Friend Friday because the names get longer, but my Fun Friend Friday guest, Jennifer McClure Spurgeon. Just a conversation about her being in the middle of her cancer treatment and her cancer recovery. So be here. It's going to be a little bit of an intimate conversation, but I think it will help us gain some insight of what it's like to be in the middle of that experience. Maybe not so much the medical piece, but just that spiritual and psychological piece, because everyone will be touched by it in some way or fashion, whether personally or with a spouse or a family member, or maybe even an employee or a team member or a client. And so I thought it was important to bring you her story as it's occurring, because often we know that when we get to the other side of a story, we sometimes go back and modify the experience to fit the result. And so we're in the middle of it, and that's why I think having Jennifer here tomorrow is going to be a really good Fun Friend Friday. So make sure you're in the house, and if you know somebody that's struggling with cancer, whether personally or in their family, make sure they're in the house. All right? Jennifer's a powerful woman. She's going to teach us. So good morning, Elizabeth. Good to have you. And for those of you that watch during the replay or the YouTube or the podcast or whatever format you show up, make sure you give a shout out and say hello and connect to somebody in the room. It's kind of important that we do this thing as a bit of a community. It's, after all, Success Life Live community, when we're here each and every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. Good morning, Jessica. Good to have you in the house. So, want to do a little bit of a teaching or an awareness. Good morning, Gail. Good to have you. Around the idea of expectations. Like, what do I want? What do I expect? Because often what I see in the coaching process is that gap. And that gap is where we often struggle and where we fail and we get frustrated. Good morning, my sister BC. And so expectations versus one. And so we'll just do a little, just play along. Just play along. It's Thursday. We need a little bit of play along fun. So post a 1 if you'd love to win the lottery. Even if you're in one of those states or countries that doesn't have a lottery. If I told you that you could buy a ticket and win $10 million. Are you in? Do you want it? Yeah. Now, how many of you have bought a ticket for it? How many of you, in the process of buying that ticket, expected to win? That's where we often fail. What we want and what we expect. We want to win the lottery. Now, some of us will show up and buy the ticket. But even walking out of the store with the ticket in hand and looking down and seeing that it's worth $40 million or whatever, we'll be like, yeah, but I don't expect to win, but it'd be nice if I did. Or we tell somebody, hey, we bought a lottery ticket, and they're like, the odds of winning, and you're like, yeah, I know, but what the heck? It's only $1. Or we buy the ticket and we look at it and we daydream and we fantasize about all the things that we're going to do with it. then we put it in our purse or our glove box in the car, and we forget about it for 2 or 3 weeks, and then kind of like pull it out and like, yeah, I didn't expect to win. That's why I didn't check it out really quickly. How's that working for you as it relates to the lottery? But more importantly, how is that working for you as it relates to your business? As it relates to the things that you're trying to create change around in your life. You know, often I'll visit with somebody and they've got a dream board or a goal sheet or, you know, their whatever, where they put down all the things they want to happen in life. How many of those things do you expect to happen? When you wire your brain to want one thing and expect another, where does your behavior go? Towards what you want or towards what you expect? When you say, I want this, but I expect that, your brain, your behavior, your habits, your actions, your mindset, your thoughts, everything about you goes straight to the expectation. So if you buy that lottery ticket and you're like, you know what, I don't expect to win, and you throw it in the glove box, I'm not going to say you have power over the lotto balls, but you've already canceled all opportunity by just tossing it away. When you pick up the phone to call a prospect or to move forward in your dreams and desire, and you're like, you know, I really want this, but I'm expecting this result, you're going to get what you expect. Your energy, your habits, your behaviors, your voice, your tone, everything about you is going to land right where you expect it to. And so this idea of creating a vision board where I want a beach house, do you expect it to happen? I mean, do you believe with all sincerity and all energy that exists within you today, do you believe that you can make that happen through your behavior, through your habits, through your whatever you're working towards? And if you're like, you know what, right now, in all honesty, I don't expect that to happen based on my behaviors, my income, my business, whatever. I don't expect that to happen. So what do I need to do? Do I need to change my expectations or change my actions? Because if I'm wanting something but expecting something else, I'm going to behave in the manner of what I want to expect. So I'm not against dream boards and goal sheets and you know, fantasy journals or whatever you want to call them. But if you do it and then set it aside and say, I don't expect it to happen, and then you come back 3-6 months later or 2 or 3 years later and like, yeah, this stuff is all a piece of crap. Never works. I've had this dream board on my wall for 10 years. I mean, the colors are faded, the dust is collected, the edges are all curled up. That dream board thing is a piece of crap. Doesn't work. It's a waste of time. Don't buy into it. Don't buy into those mindset people, to those coaches, to that you can change, you can be who you want, because I've proven it. No, what you've proven is when you put that dream board together, you didn't expect that stuff to happen. You wanted it to happen. You desired it to happen. Like winning the lottery of $40 million. You would want that to happen. You would want to wake up this morning and be told, guess what? You're a $40 million lotto winner. But did you expect it to happen without buying a ticket, changing your behavior? Did you expect it to happen without getting involved, getting invested into it? Now, yeah, the lotto takes $1, and I've seen people spend $100. I've seen people spend $1,000 trying to win 40 million. But at least they're taking action. At least they're investing in their expectations. Expectations drive actions. Look at those dream boards. Look at those goal journals. Look at those things around you that you said, man, this is what I want my life to be. I want to be skinny, or I want to be wealthy, or I want to be, you know, speaking more or writing more. I want to be influencing. I want to be a leader. I want my company to grow. I want my relationships to be harmonious, etc., etc., etc. Okay, do you want it, or do you expect it to happen? As Daniel says, it's often referred to as the law of expectations. What you expect, you receive. Not what you want, but what you expect. So look at those things on that sheet and be like, okay, in all honesty, getting honest with myself, going to church by myself, just taking myself to the altar. Do I expect any of this to happen based on my current resources, situations, behaviors, and actions? Do I have the ability where I'm at with what I'm doing and who I'm doing it with and all of the things that are around me to make this happen? And if the answer comes back no, then do I still want/expect this? And if I'm really invested in it, if I really want it, if it's something that I'm grinding my teeth, I gotta have because that will bring me joy, happiness, fulfillment, commitment, connection to my life, then what have I gotta change? Because wanting it is not gonna make it happen. Expecting it and following through with the actions is going to recreate the results and the life that I want to live. So if I expect this thing, expect as in contract with my future self that this will come to pass, when I hire somebody to come and cut the grass, I have an expectation that it's going to happen in this format, in this order, and that I'm going to have to exchange some goods and service for it. If I expect in my future to have this thing, whether it's in my fitness or my finance or my faith or my family or my business that I'm trying to change, if I expect this to happen, what actions can I begin to take to drive this expectation to fulfillment? What do I need to do? Who do I need to invest in? Where do I need to invest time, money, energy, thought into making it happen? If I expect to write a book, if I want to write a book, and I post writing a book on my vision board, and I have it in my goal journal, and I have it in my, secret, this will dream book thing, and I don't even buy paper the next time I'm at the office supply store, my behavior is not leading to the expectation of that want being fulfilled. So you need to unwind this thing. You need to look back and say, this is the thing I expect to happen in my life. These are the actions that I'm going to take to make it happen. Because when I take action towards my expectation, I create results. Now, as a coach, I will often tell somebody, let's not create big, huge, crazy things. Part of success is having short-term focus and long-term vision. So let's get this focus close. Let's get this right up here where we can see it. I was working with somebody the other day and they said, I want to create a dream board. And you kind of probably guessed what I said. I said, let's do this. Let's create a focus board. What are we going to focus on for the next 90 days? Find out what 90 days is from today, and it happened to be September 8th. Now, what are we going to focus on from now until that date? And we put the date right in the middle of this focus board. And then we filled the things around it. And it actually became interesting because it was divided into quadrants of physical health, professional development, personal desires. And it was like, okay, these are the three things. Only three, isn't it? 3 little things that you're going to focus on for the next 90 days. Now, what I want you to do is wake up every morning, look at that thing, that board, that focus board, and ask, okay, what action do I need to take? What habit do I need to change? What investment do I need to make? Time or money in each of these quadrants to achieve this expectation. Now, the funny thing is, they're all things that this person wants. But now, because they're taking action, they expect it to happen. They expect it to happen. It is as done can be in their mind. I sort of think in that term of as it is in heaven, it shall be on earth. We can't just send this thing up into the universe and expect it to be done. No, it's got to be done on earth in the physical form too, in order for the spiritual and the universal and the divine to come together. That's why we're given this physical body to carry around the spiritual energy that can create the life that we want, because part of it requires us to physically be involved, to engage through action into what our hearts and our dreams desire. keep singing. Daniel, you do not want that. And it's your friend, off topic. She once told me I had 3 notes and that I should save them for a very special occasion. And that was after 2.5 hours of being vocal coached by a colorateur. They could sing 8 octaves and had recorded albums. They were like, let's just say you've got 3 notes and save them for a special occasion. So I'm saving them unless I'm in the car. And then I'm praising. All right, so anyhow, that was off topic. As much as I want to be a great singer, the reality is this and this and this just don't come together in a way that it can make it happen. So here's what I want you to do, you guys. Here's your challenge, as my friend Dr. Holly Kelly would say, and give a shout out to her today. Just give her a random hello. We love you, Dr. Kelly. Shout out. So here's my challenge to you. If you've got a vision board, a dream board, a goal board, whatever you want to call it, and hear me, I'm not dogging on it. I'm the success coach. My goal is to grant you success, to give you pathways to achieving what you desire, to actually put something in place that you can make your success happen and be in control. Because here's what I know. Once you've learned how to control that thing that you desire into reality, you just transfer that skill all over the place. So if you can do it with one thing, you can do it with anything. So take a moment, look at your dream board, your goal board, your vision board, whatever you want to call it. Pull down one thing, pull down 2 things. Don't overwhelm yourself. And then say, okay, what is the logical timeline for this? And if it's big, like I want to have $1 million in savings, then say, okay, what would be a 90-day focus? I've got the vision of the million. What is the 90-day focus? Is it $20,000 cash in the bank? Is it $30,000 cash in the bank? Is it 5 pounds off? Is it 2 date nights? Is it 15 pages of my book written? Is it completing the application for my doctorate or whatever? What is the 90-day? Put that on the board and say, I expect these things to happen. I am making a covenant with myself that this too shall come to pass. And my actions from now until that date, I'll give you a hint, it's going to be sometime in September. Everything I do, think, breathe will be focused around this thing or these 3 things. My actions, coupled with my expectations, will derive the results that I want. And then at day 89 or day 91, I'll start and repeat. I'll start and repeat. All right? So expectations versus wants. There's nothing wrong with wanting something. That's the long range vision. That's the somewhere out there someday thing. But let's bring it into focus. Let's bring it into where we can see it. Let's bring it in to our current reality, because that's where we live. We don't live 5, 10 years out. We live, some of us, to the end of the day, to the end of the week, to the end of the month. In 90 days, there's a lot that happens in my life as a dad of 2 and a business owner and all the things that I do. There's a lot of things that shift and change in a 90-day cycle. But I can hold the wheel. I can hold the wheel pretty tight for 90 days. So let's do that, all right? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Success Life Live. If you did, do me a favor. Share it out, invite somebody else, connect, bring other people into the room. This is a community that we're growing. This is a group of like-minded people coming together for the purpose of lifting up and supporting each other and encouraging each other. And don't forget, tomorrow is Fun Friend Friday with Jennifer McClure Spurgeon. I'm so excited, and actually I'm really honored that she's doing this. I know the energy and the strength that it's going to take for her. She's pretty beat down, pretty worn out by this whole chemo and radiation and all the stuff she's been through. But she said, I want to do this. I made a commitment, and I couldn't get there first time, so I'm getting there second time. So send her some love, send her some energy, send her some hearts and flowers or whatever it is you can emoji to her today, so that she feels it and she gets psyched for tomorrow. So I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern for Fun Friend Friday with my friend Jennifer McClure. I'll post the thing below so you can share it out and invite people. I really encourage, if you are part of a Facebook group or another community out of Facebook of cancer, people fighting cancer, living with cancer, surviving cancer, caregivers, all of that, because what I'm hoping, I have expectations and I'm writing them out. I've never had to deal with it directly and personally and internally. And I so often make assumptions about what it's like and how it must be and the mindset and the spirit and all of those kind of things. And I know Jennifer is going to be blatantly honest, because she has been and she's documented this online. And let me sort of peek into her experience so that when I encounter it in my life at a new level or a different level, I'm equipped differently. And that's my goal for tomorrow, is to get equipped to manage this situation, these feelings, these thoughts around cancer and death, and what happens when a spouse or a loved one comes really close to that line. How do you hold the line? How do you be supportive? How do you come alongside, as Barbara would say? What's it like to be in that moment as somebody who walks into a treatment room expecting and wanting something to happen? So that's the purpose of tomorrow's Fun Friend Friday. That's what I'm asking to receive. And I hope to share it with you guys as well. So until tomorrow morning, you guys go out, live your life with expect your success. Expect it. It's yours. And stop wanting it. Start expecting it and then taking actions towards it. All right? Thank you guys so much. And always thank you, Elizabeth, for catching the notes and putting them together in a way. You are a master at it. It's almost like you're up in here, and I feel sorry for you if you end up in there someday. All right. You guys go out and have a great day. Bye-bye.